In today's video, Dog Squad, we are going to be tier ranking each starting quarterback in 2024 for the NFL, which is this upcoming season. But as we get into this video, thank y'all so much for all y'all support. Let's try to get to 900 subs soon. We're on the road to 1K. Let's try to get by maybe July. I have on my bio June, but we're not going to get it. So let's try to maybe get July or August 1K, at least by the time I start my junior year at school. So maybe that's around August. Let's try to get to 1K. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video. Well, I have the rankings here. As you can see, you got top tier elite, great but not the best, and then a little bit above, and then you can say above average, mid, but maybe can progress, who knows. And then I'd say UFL or backup. That's probably going to be it for them. That's all I can say. And then it's probably this football is not your sport anymore. So, but we're going to do sporting QBs. You can see we got some backups and all that. We're not be concerned about those. I couldn't find one. I could not find one that had. I just couldn't find one that had a good amount. So we're going to start. We know the starting QBs. So we're going to start off with Josh Allen. I think he's an elite QB. I think he's a top tier QB. He can definitely keep teams in there. He's one of the best that people think of. He's definitely one in there. And then Joe Burrow. I want to put him in. I would probably put him in elite too, because when he's not injured, he does play elite. He got into the Super Bowl, got in the AFC Championship twice, and Bengals were sucking. So, all right. And then Derek Carr. I think he's going to be the Saints starting QB, right? I think so. I mean, he's probably like maybe in a little bit of above average QB. I wouldn't really say maybe he's mid. You can maybe say he's mid, but I mean he's just getting older, so I guess I could say probably above average for him. Start. Kirk Cousins, he'll be on the Falcons this year. He's probably going to be one of those QBs that's probably great, but not the best. We know he's great, but he definitely can. Maybe he's not the top tier elite QB. He's probably reminds me a lot. He's pretty identical to Dak Prescott. So especially as a Cowboys fan, knowing that Daniel Jones. I mean, I guess he's still going to be the start QB. I would say. I think he's mid. He just gets injured a lot. I'm not gonna say that he's mid. He's definitely. I can't say he should be a backup because we've seen him in the years. I think he's just not that good for. He can progress. He can get better, and I think he can be a better starting QB. Okay, who do we have next? We got Jaden Daniels. I don't know what he's gonna do. I think the way he's gonna start out, I think he's gonna have a year where it's gonna be good. But we're going to start off, we're going to put him as an above average QB. But, I mean, we could put him in the great but not the best. I don't know because we don't know what the rookies are going to be like we don't know what's going to do it. So I guess I could either put great but not the best, or I could either put above average. We'll put him at, for right now, we'll put him at above average. For a rookie QB, I'm sure he'll get better, but I say for right now, for an NFL QB, I think he's going to be above average QB. It's kind of hard for me to tell right now. Okay, so Justin Fields isn't going to start. Okay, so these QBs are out of the way. Joe Flacco's probably not going to. Jimmy. Jared Goff. He's great, but not the best. I think he's one of those QBs that is definitely led his Lions to NFC Championship game, has been to a Super Bowl before, definitely can be in a top, probably top 10 QB there. Okay, Heineke. Justin Herbert. Yeah, he's definitely a great but not the best. You know, he may not always be on the good team like LA, but he's definitely one of those top QBs that can make the plays when needed. At points, he makes the throws when they're needed to make smart decisions. He just doesn't have the right team, I think. So Sam Howell's not going to be it, you know, all that. And then Jalen Hurts. I think he's another great but not the best. I've only seen one good year out of him. I can't call him an elite QB because I don't think he is. I just don't think he's an elite QB because he gets injured way too much. He's only really had one good year, and sometimes he just doesn't make the plays that are needed. But as a Cowboys fan, I hate saying Eagles are good, but they are. Jalen Hurts is a great QB. You know, went to led his team to Super Bowl when he was doing well, so I'm sure he'll have another bounce back here. Lamar Jackson, I'm going to have to put at an elite QB. I mean, the way he uses his legs and the way he's able to make plays. And also, like, you know, he's fast and he's able to somehow avoid the pressure, but he's kind of like Dak and has trouble in playoff games. So, you know, Trevor Lawrence, we're going to probably see him a lot in that starting QB range. He's probably above average. Doesn't always have the best seasons, but I'll put him at above average style. He's kind of dropped. I don't think he's right there yet, but I think he's on above average QB right now. Will Levis. Right now, he's a rookie and he's doing well, but we're going to have to put him at mid. He's not rookie, but second-year man out of Kentucky. He had an okay year last year for a rookie, went in, and so let's see what he does, but we're going to put him at mid, but he definitely can progress. Jordan Love, I'm going to put him at great. He's going into the season, I have a lot more confidence in Jordan Love. After that playoff game and after the way he played against San Francisco, he probably went from above average to great, but not the best. Definitely a QB that can do it. He's there for that. Patrick Mahomes, you already know, is an elite QB. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. He's won 3 Super Bowls. I mean, way he's able to, like, just spin out of the plays and throw and, like, do those sidearm throws, a little Mahomey. I mean, it's hilarious the way he's doing those. I'm seeing there's anything. Okay, I think Drake May right here. I think that's who it is. No, that's not Drake May. That's Bailey Zappi. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that is Drake May right here. We're going to put him with Jaden Daniels, an above-average QB. He's not a rookie. He's a rookie, but, you know, I mean, that's all you really can put him at. It's just to kind of just stick there and see what happens with that. Baker Mayfield. I want to put him at, I think he's either above-average QB or he's a great QB. He's a great QB, but not the best. I think that's Baker Mayfield's style. He's always been good. He's always led the teams to team. He is a great QB. He's probably one of those bottom QBs. He's probably a little bit past above average, and then probably in the bottom great QBs out of these tiers. But yeah, that's probably it right there for him. J.J. McCarthy, what are we gonna do about him? I think he's mid right now. J.J. McCarthy is gonna be probably he's mid QB going into the NFL. I think for him. I think he is. He did great in college, but we'll see what he puts up. Kyler Murray, he's a little bit above average. He gets hurt, but he can make the plays. He can spin out of trouble. He can run fast, obviously. He's definitely underrated, I feel like, but a lot of the Cardinals players can definitely be underrated. So, okay, and then Bo Nix. We had another Bo Nix. I'm gonna put him at above average QB. Actually, you know what? For the NFL, he's probably gonna be above average. I'm gonna put him at above average for the Denver Broncos. I think he'll sit there a little bit above mid, but I think he's gonna be bottom. I think he's not that far from J.J. McCarthy. Hayden McConnell, well, he's either gonna be UFL or backup. He's really not that good of a QB, honestly. He's probably right there, so just to let you know, that's probably it for him. Kenny Pickett moved on. Also, Dak Prescott, great QB for Dallas, but just not the best QB in the NFL. That's who I have to say. He's a fantastic QB. I don't know if the haters want to move him down here, but he's definitely up here. Brock Purdy. I mean, he's right now probably at a point where he's an elite QB probably at this point. I mean, because every time he plays, he does like well. So, I mean, I think he's a top-tier elite QB right now at this point. Gets to the Super Bowl, got there. Russell Wilson, I think he's right now at the point where he's an above-average QB. I think he's lowering his standards, but, I think he could be there. I think this year will be better. We've seen him play. I can't mark him mid because I don't think Russell Wilson has ever been mid. Anthony Richardson, we know he's going to be a starter. And we saw him. He's an above-average QB as well. He's not quite mid, but we saw him when his games he played. He was a rookie that played actually pretty well for a rookie. And then he's coming in, I think, maybe still on his rookie contract because he got hurt. I'm really not sure actually what the deal is with that. Okay, and then we have Then we have Aaron Rodgers. He's going to probably be a great QB right now. He's still at his prime. He's still getting there. But we'll see how it goes. If he gets hurt at all, then I guess maybe he'll get hurt all. Geno Smith. I think he's an above average. I think he's an above average QB. Or maybe he's not, actually. Geno Smith sometimes is good. He's probably above average. He doesn't always have the best games, but I think when it gets time to. Matthew Stafford, he's also another great but not best QB. I mean, bro's been to a Super Bowl. Couldn't even think with Detroit to put them there, but I mean, yeah, but he definitely is keeping the Rams in business last year. He got hurt, came back, and got the Rams back to itself to the playoffs, and he also got hurt the year before. CJ Stroud, another great, but not the best. I can't mark him an elite QB yet. Wasn't really elite, but he did have a really good rookie season. I mean, he was definitely supposed to be he was definitely supposed to be a rookie of the year. I mean, he progressed. Okay, Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, he's definitely another great, but not the best. We got a lot of great, but not best, the best QBs. We don't have a lot of starting QBs that are probably start learning Chinese, but we'll get into that in just a second. I think I got one that probably needs to not be in the NFL anymore. Y'all probably know which one I'm talking about. But Tua, he's had a fantastic couple seasons. I think if he stays healthy, he'll be fine. Avoid the concussions at all costs. And I think that's what will happen. I seriously think that Tua, he was top in passing yards last year, so I'm not going to mark him above average. Therefore, he's not a big playoff QB, and I know people want to get rid of him. But hey, keep Tua at your finest. He's keeping your team alive in this situation. All right, Deshaun Watson. We haven't seen him a lot, but I think he's an above-average QB. You know, he keeps getting hurt or keeps getting in trouble. But when he is in there, he's definitely doing pretty well. I can't say he's mid because he's really not. He has a lot of talent, a lot to keep that Browns team last year in it. Caleb Williams. What are we going to mark him at? Right now, I think he's going to be with the other rookies, an above-average QB. You know exactly how he is. All right, Bryce Young. He's not made for the NFL. He's really not. Now, he could be a backup, honestly, but I just don't think his height doesn't give him an advantage. I don't think he's really there for the NFL right now. And then Zach Wilson, I don't know if he's going to... Zach Wilson will not start, of course. He's over at... I forgot where, the Broncos, right? I don't know if Zach Wilson or Bo Nix is going to be the QB, but you could probably put that in the center. Now, we do have the situation where if it was for Bo Nix not to be a starter, which obviously I think he will be because they drafted him, but if the case is, I want to let y'all know, this isn't with Bo Nix. If it is without Bo Nix, I think Zach Wilson, I think is a UFL or backup QB. I just don't. I think he's the right for the backup QB. That's the list with Zach Wilson. So take the screenshots of both, and you got it. Okay, so you got some top tier elites right here. You got a lot of great but not best. You got a lot of them in the NFL. Above average, you got some few. You got some mid QBs. Some that probably can regress, and then these two just don't. And then I don't think Bryce Young can make it to the NFL. And then you get all these that are like backups and just don't sit. If I missed anything, let me know because I don't know if Justin Fields is doing anything and Huntley and all that. I don't really know because there are some QBs in here and rookie ones, Penix and all that, and Mariota and Minshew. So that is it for today's Video Dog Squad. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Let me know what y'all think. Stuff could change, but this is my rankings going into the season. I'll see you next time, Dog Squad. Peace.